Bearish engulfing pattern. Hello traders, this is Igor from FX Igor YouTube channel, and today I will create one tutorial about bullish and bearish engulfing pattern, but I will show how to use this pattern combination with fundamentals. So let me see step by step. First, in the first step, we need to see what is the bullish candle, bullish engulfing candle. So the bullish engulfing candle closes above previous candle open. Bullish candle opens at or lower than the previous candle close. So you can see the lower gap. The length of the bullish candle engulfs the previous red candle. And you can see that on this picture. In the next picture, we can see that the bearish engulfing pattern is very similar. Bearish engulfing candle opens at above the previous candle close, while bearish candle closes below the previous candle's open. And the length of the bearish candle engulfs with the previous green candle. So the pattern is very simple. However, you will never have 100% accuracy when you trade engulfing pattern strategy. Why? Usually traders, after the, for example, bearish engulfing pattern, sell and put the stop loss just above the highest high of the last bearish candle. And very often we can see that this engulfing pattern doesn't hold. So what we can do? We need to use fundamentals on the daily chart, and then everything will be clear and your strategy will be very strong. So let me see the first example. We had a Fed report on the May 9, 2024. Look the chart. You can see the bullish engulfing green candle after the red one, and after that several days, whole May was bullish, and you could catch hundreds of pips profit. But what is very important is fundamentals. As you can see, on the May 9, it was a Thursday, and it was the day when we had a British monetary policy report, and we saw that the official bank rate was the same, but something interesting was that day. We could see first, of course, there was a 0 votes for the interest rate increase. But what is the most important thing, on that day we didn't see any kind of interest rate decrease, because the euro in that days talking about that very soon they will decrease the interest rate. There was a fear in the market that the British pound dollar and the British bank will do the same thing, but they didn't. After that, we can see that the market reacted positive on the British pound, and after that we saw the huge bullish push. Above this calendar, you can see a table where I can monitor the votes. For example, as you can see the actual number of the votes. Last year, when we had the interest rate increase, we had, for example, 7, 8, 4 votes for interest rate increase. As you can see, in the 2024, in the June, in the May, in the March, we didn't have any vote. So it is a clear signal that soon in this year we will see interest rate decrease, and we're waiting for that moment to see that. But like I said, as you can see on the slide, we had a very strong bullish move after that day. Now we can watch another example. It was the August 2 Friday, and on that day was non-farm employment change and unemployment rate. As you can see, the non-farm employment change was very bad for US economy. Only 114 case, then forecast was a 176, just far below than expectations. And unemployment rate was 4.3%, and it was the 0.2% lower. So more people losing jobs, more people unemployed in US. Don't forget, the US has 350 million people, and the 0.2% is not small number. After that, US dollar started to weak and euro just went to the sky. So we have a bullish engulfing pattern for euro dollar, and you can see a day after that we had a new highs and we touch very strong important level 1.1. So a lot of traders use this news and close the trade as the important price level 1.1 was touched. This was the example number 2. Now we are going to an example number 3. So sometimes the news that are not calendar news, just the news, can move the market, and we need to understand engulfing pattern. I will give you just one example. This is the chart of the US dollar CAD. US dollar CAD is commodity currency. That means that CAD, as we know, is a huge exporter, and the price of the CAD is correlated with oil. So if the oil price is higher, CAD will be higher, and vice versa. So it's something move the oil market. US dollar CAD will follow that. So in this example right now, we had a huge news, and it was the unsecure news about Middle East, and it was the assumption that can be possibility about war in the Middle East, and because of this news we had a huge bearish engulfing pattern. Now when you know why is this pattern, you understand that we can see a couple days after that a bearish move because uncertainty in the market, on the oil price, on Middle East and everything, because this kind of the problems that happens, it's not something like an earthquake. It is something that several days will be rumors about that. So because of that, a lot of traders made a short trade because this uncertainty that we saw in the Middle East and the problem with the oil price. So as you can see, this is example how the news, ordinary news, can shake the market. Now we have the last example that I want to show you. As a traders, you need to watch one type of the news all the time. When some currency is overbought or oversold, we could see intervention. For example, Japanese yen was so weak and intervention happened. There is a rumors that the Japan economy spent and Japan bank spent around 3.5 trillion yen on July 11 for intervention. And what's happened? Look the chart. This was the date. We had a strong engulfing bearish pattern. I found confirmation of this news. This was the news from the, I think, Reuters. I found the confirmation. The Japanese bank made intervention on that day, and voila, what you can see, a huge drop for British pound yen. I picked British pound yen because it was the strongest currency that had ability to make the bigger move down, because it's really overbought in that moment, and it was the perfect trade. As you can see, whole month up to the August 5, we could see a strong bearish move from 208 up to 182, and it's an incredible amount of pips and dollars potential for traders who saw this. So this was example how to make combination with fundamentals and engulfing pattern, and I hope that you enjoy this video. Please, if you have time, just put a comment, ask questions, anything about this pattern, and I hope that very soon I will publish new videos related to this interesting pattern. I wish you a great day, and bye bye.